Hi everyone, Allegra Miller here, speaking to you today from one of my favorite places. I am in sand dunes, wooded sand dunes, just steps, from Lake Michigan, which is right behind me. I'd get closer to Lake Michigan, but if I did, you wouldn't be able to hear me over the waves. Anyway, this is part of my one of my regular rituals, walking the beach, walking the woods, to ground, regroup, cleanse my energy, check in with myself to see how true to myself I'm being. And anyway, I've been thinking it would be valuable, it might be valuable to start sharing with you what oils I'm using in my practice. I go for these hikes almost every day, and I always take an oil with me. And those oils vary based on the flavor of human experience that I happen to be dealing with. So today I brought two oils. I brought Forgive, which is part of the Emotions collection from doTERRA. Forgive, also called the Renewing blend, and this is helpful for, I'm going to go ingredient by ingredient and just share with you a note of what I feel called to share. There's so much that could be said about each and every ingredient, but I'm going to just go with my intuition here on whoever's listening and what needs to be heard. So Spruce is Spruce is one of the first oils in here. Spruce is incredibly grounding, nourishing to the heart energy. I consider it kind of a heart balm. It really captures the energetic of forgiveness, both internally and externally. It's helpful for just releasing, emotional release. The second ingredient is Bergamot. Bergamot is amazing for learning to love yourself for who you are, who you aren't, and truly begin to accept who you are and what you're here to do on the planet. I love Bergamot. It's just such a nourishing note. Okay, so let's see. Juniper berry is the next oil. Juniper berry is very helpful for supporting the kidneys. It's helpful for feeling supported. It's helpful for fatigue. It's helpful for people that are having stress-related night terrors, which could be easily happening for people these days in light of what's happening. It's amazing how we can so readily pick up on the collective energies that are going on around us and have that manifest in the form of odd dreams, etc. Juniper is very grounding. Lemon is the next oil. Lemon is very helpful for descattering our thinking. It's helpful for cleansing the airways, cleansing the, just elevating mood in general. Any citrus oil is helpful in elevating mood. Citrus oils are high in terpenes, which are always good uppers, I call them, legal uppers. The next oil is Arbor vitae. Arbor vitae to me embodies just all the qualities that one aspires to be in being a divine expression of humanness. And so grace is the word that comes to mind for this one. Being an expression of the awareness that we have, being a form of enlightened expression, allowing us to do what we know and close that gap between being self-aware and being self-actualized. Nootka wood oil is the next one. Nootka is very good at grounding. It is very good for just elevating the mood, comforting us. It's also good for opening the airways. And right now, anything that I can do to be supporting the strength of my lungs is something I'm putting a lot of attention on. I'm not sick, but given the threats that exist, I find it wise to do things that are going to be supportive to my lungs. So that if they do encounter the big C, coronavirus, they'll be strong. I can't guarantee that I won't get it, but I want my body to be at its peak should it encounter it. So, alright, that's Nootka. Nootka's good for the airways. Thyme is great for emotional release. It's also helpful in giving us a sense that we have more than enough time for all of our hopes, dreams, and wishes. It's a very powerful emotional release, emotional balm. And it's really important from my perspective to make sure that we are using astringents of emotions like thyme to pull whatever we might be repressing that could potentially make us more susceptible to illness right now. I feel strongly that if we have unfinished business and emotional patterns that are just stuffed inside us and suppressed, that we're much more susceptible to disease and imbalance. And citronella is the last oil. Citronella is great as a mood elevator. It's great as a protectant. And that's citronella. Okay, just for the sake of time, I'm already at almost 7 minutes. I gotta speed it up here. Cassia is my next oil. Cassia is a great one. It's super high in aldehydes. Aldehydes are what I want to be taking if I do get sick. So aldehydes when I'm not sick can't I feel like they can't hurt me. They can just boost me up. But Cassia is really pertinent to what I'm doing here, which is getting out of shy Allegra land and getting in front of the camera and sharing what I'm here on the planet to share. So Cassia, the way that I use it is I put a little on my pinky, and without touching my lips, this is important, I put it on my tongue. And be prepared. I am really hardcore when it comes to oils, so make sure that if you're new to all this, you have some water handy, because it is super strong. It's like a very, very hot, red hot. But I'm used to it. Cassia is one of my favorites. Cassia, I often call it the oil of chutzpah. It helps pull me out of my Cancerian shell and helps give me courage when I'm feeling called to do something that is out of my comfort zone. So that's Cassia. Cassia is also something you could put on your feet. Again, it is one of those high in aldehyde oils, so it's going to be hot. Be careful if you're going to touch your face. If you do touch your face, probably make sure you're not in the woods like I am, because you want to make sure you have some fractionated coconut oil handy, or a vegetable oil that would be helpful to put on it so that you can cut the oil. Never use water. If you get Cassia on a sensitive area of your skin, it will turn your skin red temporarily. That will go away. But anyway, Cassia is something you want to put on the bottoms of your feet, again on your pinky, and then delicately on your tongue. It's one that you definitely want to be careful with, but it is amazing. And I love putting it in my diffuser. Cassia is in the cinnamon family, so it smells very cinnamony. Anyway, those are what I'm using. Grounding, pulling me here to express what I'm here on the planet to express. Forgiving myself, forgiving others, forgiving, forgive goes so deep. And one of the reasons I love forgive is that the price point is so good. Anyway, if you have questions and oils that would be best for you, I'd be happy to help. My phone number where you can text me or WhatsApp me is 734-260-3910. You can buy either of the products I mentioned on my website at AllegraMiller.com. I do suggest, though, if you're starting out, to reach out to me so that I can show you the best way to buy and what would be most in service for you and your family. So thank you, and take care out there, and get some time in the woods like I am. It makes such a big difference in, gosh, everything. So, all right, have a great night. Bye.